everyone. Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. It's all about Big Blue, here with another Mock Draft Monday. In addition to it being Monday, today is also the first day of the free agency. So the free agents, well, technically they can't actually sign their new deals till Wednesday, but as we all know, they are negotiating them as of today. So a few signings. The Giants were able to pick up Paulson Adebo, the cornerback from the Saints that I've been trying to get us to move on ever since last summer. He's the guy who I was asking us to trade Darius Slayton for way back in August. In any event, he's someone who I really had my eye on for a while. He broke his leg this year and missed the last several games, and so that was obviously a concern and perhaps limited his options to some extent. Maybe that's how we wound up with him. I don't care how we got him. I'm so glad we did. He posted a video today of him working out now, post recovery from his injury, and he looked great. So he looks like he's in good shape already, and I feel very confident that he'll be more than ready by week one, recovery from his injury. So that helps a lot. He is a natural left cornerback, and Tay Banks is a natural right cornerback. Not to say that they can't play the opposite sides, but that's where they're most comfortable with. So I think that's a good pairing. It allows them both to play where they're most comfortable most of the time. A couple of good young cornerbacks can't hurt. So I really like the way our defensive backfield is shaping up. Drew Phillips is the slot cornerback. I really like him. In fact, I might like him most of all of the three of them. But the three of them together should be an improvement over the last several years at cornerback for us. So that's good news. We also re-signed Darius Slayton. Talking about how I was thinking of trading Darius Slayton for Paulson Adebo way back in August. Ironically, now we have both of them. I did not see that coming. I did not see Darius Slayton coming back. I'm really happy for the young man. He got paid. He's, from what I read and heard, he got a 3-year, $36 million contract, $12 million a year. That is very, very respectable for a young man, and he's going to be a 10-year Giant. By the time this contract runs out, he'll have been with us for 10 years, which, like, who saw that coming when he was a 5th-round draft pick way back when? In any event, Darius Slayton is staying. We signed another backup interior defensive lineman that doesn't really move the needle, but whatever. That's a depth piece, whatever. But those those three additions, technically 2 additions plus a re-signing of Darius Slayton, did impact how I went about my mock draft today. So I'm not going to go through the whole mock draft pick by pick with you this time. I've already done it, and I'm going to show you the results, and hopefully that's okay. But we're going to try and do it this way this week. I'm going to show you my results. Mayzo's going to show you his results, and you guys can decide whose you like better, if you like either of them. And here's my results. So I took a different approach today. I already factored in the fact that we had signed Paulson Adebo, signed Darius Slayton, but then I traded down a few times. Cam Ward went, before our pick, so he wasn't on the board at 3. And so I said, you know what, if we're not going to get Cam Ward, then I don't have to pick 3rd. So I actually traded down a few times. And the first pick that I actually made was at number 18 overall, and I picked linebacker Jihad Campbell. So let me just catch you up on what I did. With our 3rd pick, I traded with San Francisco, who had the 11th pick. I gave them our 3rd pick and next year's 2nd round pick. I guess you can see where this is going, for their pick number 11, but also their 1st and their 6th next year, and pick number 43 this year. So I got their 1st and 2nd round pick this year, and their 1st and 6th round pick next year. So let me say that again. I got pick number 11, pick number 43, next year's 1st round pick, and next year's 6th round pick in exchange for our pick number 3 and our next year's 2nd round pick. So I moved up from the 2nd to the 1st. Okay, so that got us to 11. But as you can see, I didn't pick at number 11 because then I traded again. I traded pick number 11 to Miami, who had pick number 13. They wanted to move up a couple of spots, and I let them. So I gave them pick number 11. They gave me pick number 13 and pick number 48. So basically their 1st and 2nd round pick to move up 2 spots. I couldn't turn that down. That was a lot of value, and I said, sure, I'll take that. So then I had pick 13, but you see I didn't make the pick at number 13. What did I do then? Seattle came knocking. Seattle wanted pick number 13. They had pick number 18. I said, well, what will you give me? So they gave me pick number 18 and pick number 50, another second round pick for number 13 and number 104. They asked for our fourth round pick in exchange. And I thought that was fair. 13 and 104 for 18 and 50. I like the sound of that. So I made that move. So that's how I got to pick number 18. And with pick number 18, you see I picked Jihad Campbell. So that's how it started. But then I said to myself, just before I picked Jihad Campbell, I really want Nicky Manwari. And I don't think he's going to last to the second round. So then I decided to trade up. So then I traded up with Tampa Bay, who had pick number 19, right? So I was going to make my pick at 18, but before I did, I offered Tampa Bay picks number 34, 48, and 134 for their pick number 19. So I gave them 2 second-round picks and a late fourth-round pick for pick number 19. I perhaps could have got away without giving them pick number 134, but I really didn't want to risk it. So I just offered them that extra pick as well. We had just added a couple of second-round picks. So I was comfortable with that. Again, 34 and 48. And you see, I still have pick number 43 because I used it later on. But that allowed me to move up to number 19. So then I had picks 18 and 19. I took Jihad Campbell at 18 and Nicky Manwari at 19. And I love what that does for our defense. Love it. Then I waited to the second round to actually make the picks that I still have left, which are still very good picks. So I had pick number 43 left, and I picked Kenneth Grant. And I love having Kenneth Grant still available on the board at 43. In reality, I don't think he's going to last quite that long, but you never know. There's a lot of interior defensive linemen this year coming out that have a lot of people's, people's eyes on a lot of them, a lot of attention-grabbing specimens of 320 pounds or more along the interior defensive line. Maybe one of them, like Kenneth Grant, slips down a little bit. So I picked Kenneth Grant at number 43. Then at pick number 51, I picked Jonah Savianier or something like that from Arizona, who plays tackle for Arizona, but I'm guessing he might play guard for us and in the pros. So I'm fine with having that depth at tackle. He might be the swing tackle, but he also might be the starting guard. Who knows? Maybe he becomes the right tackle and lets Jermaine Illuminor move inside the guard, which seems to be something he's willing to do. But how do you say, did I get pick 51? Well, I had pick 50, and I traded pick 50 and pick 248 to Denver for pick 51 and their fourth round pick next year. In other words, Denver wanted to move up one spot. And I said, sure. I gave them pick 50. They gave me their fourth next year. So fine with me. Then in the third round, our actual third round pick number 65. So you see over here, these little blue circles, those show you that trades took place. So those first 4 picks that we made at 18, 19, 43, and 51 were all the results of trades. So I went crazy. Trader Joe. And then pick 65 is our pick, our natural third round pick, the first pick of the third round. And with that, I picked Jared Wilson. That's the center from Georgia that I've been talking about. The fastest offensive lineman in the combine this year, for whatever that's worth. Again, your center probably doesn't have to run 40 yards very, very often, but knowing that he's in that kind of shape and he's that kind of athlete really impressed me, as did his tape. Then at pick number 155, I finally got around to taking a quarterback. And Kyle McCord was still on the board. And honestly, I wasn't all that impressed with him at the combine. I liked him more before the combine than I did after the combine. In fact, I had him as my QB3 in this draft before the combine. And after the combine, he has fallen down to at least 4, maybe 5. Tyler Shuff went like 2 picks before Kyle McCord. He's someone who I was strongly considering taking at 155 if he was still on the board. I was torn between those two. I was like, which one of those do I want? Tyler Shuff looks like he's a better athlete and has a stronger arm, but he also is 26 years old, or he will be 26 by week 1 of the NFL season, because he played 7 years of college football because he kept getting hurt. So he's got a long injury history, and he's not a young man. That scares me a little bit. But watching him throw and watching his tape, he's actually, I think, a better quarterback. And because he's so old and has played on so many different teams and so many different systems, he may have a short, well, Kyle McCord boot as well from Ohio State and Syracuse. But Tyler Shrubs is the kind of guy who might be able to play early in his rookie year because he's seen so much football already. In any event, pick number 155 was Kyle McCord. Then I didn't pick again until 221 in the seventh round. I picked Thor Griffith. Thor Griffith, you may remember me saying, is one of those, athletic freaks. He's really big and strong. I know he played 4 years in the Ivy League before transferring for a fifth year to Louisville. And he's someone that I think would be a nice rotational piece into your defensive lineman. That's the guy who did 45 bench reps, which is insane. So I like him as a late round pick. So the one thing I didn't do in this draft is I didn't get a kicker, and that's fine. We'll get somebody in here as an undrafted free agent, I'm sure. But I usually wind up with a kicker in the seventh round. I'll be perfectly honest, I forgot that I didn't have a seventh round pick. So I normally pick Thor Griffith at around 221, and then I have another pick in the 240s, and that's when I pick a kicker. And I forgot that I'd already traded that pick away. So sue me, I didn't get a kicker. In any event, I wind up, as you see, with next year's first round pick from San Francisco. I don't expect that to be especially high, but it's an extra first. Happy to have it. I have a fourth round pick from Denver and San Francisco's sixth round pick as well. So I got 3 extra picks in next year's draft. Technically not 3 extra picks because I did have to give up a second round pick to get that. So to get that first round pick from San Francisco. So I have 2. Numerically, I have 2 more picks than I would have had, but more importantly, I have an extra first round pick, and that makes me very happy. So that's what I did in the mock draft. And again, if you're wondering who Jonah Savianaya is, for example, he ran the 3rd fastest 40 of offensive linemen. He ran a 4.95 40. And he was top 5, I think, in the 20-yard shuttle. So he's someone whose athleticism for his size is actually very good. And I feel like he's someone who will, like I said, absolutely give us, at the very least, a swing tackle, but probably a starting guard for years to come. So he's someone I'm really excited about. Okay, so that was my mock draft. Again, reacting to the first day of free agency, knowing that we already have Darius Slayton and Paulson Adebo. So I didn't have to go in that direction, in either of those directions, cornerback or wide receiver. I think I did a decent job filling out the rest of the roster, but what do you think? So drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. I'm sure Mayzo is going to have some different people picked in his mock draft. Let's compare them. Let us know which one of the drafts you like better. As usual, we would love for you to share, like, subscribe, all those good things. But let us know how we're doing. So again, Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue, and I'm out.
What's going on, y'all? It's your man Mayzo from Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. And today is the first day of the NFL free agency period is just opened up. I guess, but I believe the official signing time is on Wednesday. But today is when they can get into their negotiations, or they can get into saying that I had this guy, we got that guy, but it won't be official until Wednesday. But again, today what we're supposed to be doing is mock draft Monday, and so what I wanted to do was, as of the airing of this broadcast, this is presently what the Giants have, who the Giants have signed already. Again, we addressed the defensive line with Chauncey Golston, a defensive end. We need someone out there on defensive line. Chris Board, another a solid linebacker. James Hudson, the second. We gotta get somebody on the offensive line. You know that. So we got an offensive tackle in James Hudson. Good move. Was really kind of surprised that the Giants re-signed Darius Slayton, but I like Darius Slayton. He's he is a good receiver. He's a solid receiver. Thought he would have been gone, but he is a solid receiver. Just need a quarterback. We all know that, to get him the ball. Roy Robinson Harris, a defensive tackle. Again, we need help on the defensive line. Need help with Dexter Lawrence needs some help. And this last signing, Paulson Adebo. Now, Clay from Brooklyn is loving this move here that the Giants made because that guy there, he's a solid. He is like a really solid, um, extremely good, I can say, cornerback, and he will definitely make a difference in the Giants' secondary. So, just think about these guys that we have right there. And I used the PFF NFL draft simulator. And with that, it was interesting when I did do a simulator because remember, the Giants are in negotiations or discussions with all speculations about Aaron Rodgers, right? Everything's always about Aaron Rodgers. Um, so it's funny. The simulator, you see here, the simulator had um, Cam Ward fall to the Giants at pick number 3. And I was like, you knew right away I was picking Cam Ward because Cam Ward is going to be our guy. Definitely going to be our guy. And then I thought second round, I want someone, I wanted someone solid, and I wanted someone actually a playmaker. So I went with Nick Emori, the safety from South Carolina. This guy is he's going to be a handful for defenses out there, offenses out there. This guy can really ball. And I'm thinking if the Giants, if we do get uh Aaron Rodgers, I'm kind of I know I put out an episode where I said let's go for him, but I'm kind of after listening to what Clay from Brooklyn had to say too, I'm kind of up in the air with Aaron Rodgers. It's a yes or no. But now we got Cam Ward. I can deal with another bridge quarterback. Probably is going to be Russell Wilson will probably be that other bridge quarterback. Um, if we need one, because Cam Ward, you might as well just throw him out there. But I went with Jalen Noel, another one. I want to give another weapon to the offense since I can see that we were already in free agency. We were already getting some offensive linemen that we definitely need. But I can see we get some offensive line. But I want to get another weapon out there. So I went with Jalen Noel, really good receiver from Iowa State. Matter of fact, matter of fact. Let's while we're talking about him, let's check something out here on this guy here. I want to show you why I even thought about him. Because he definitely could ball too. Um, here we go. This is Jalen Noel.
Carson Hansen in the backfield with Rocco back, who's finally going to go deep and got it wide open. And on the way is Jalen Noel. Touchdown Cyclones on one play.
Knocking down those short passes. This time the safety squatting again. You could see it. Xavier Wampa, number 1, just stands right there and right by him for a touchdown.
Number 24 behind back. They fake it to Sama. Wants a bunch.
And look at this
coverage. Good luck.
I like this one.
Oh my goodness.
Fourth point. He was around
the season. Are you kidding me, Jalen Noel?
Am I kidding?
Touchdown. We're 38 seconds into the season.
You talk about accuracy between double coverage all over. How do you catch that ball?
Who will make that type of catch? You gotta like somebody like that. Gotta like that. So, I wanted to go offensive weapon. So, again, I went with. Here we go. I went with again. I got Cam Ward. We got Nick Emwari, playmaker on the defensive side. We got. Let's see. We got Jalen Noel, another weapon of wide receiver. Because if Russell's out there, or if Aaron Rodgers is out there, they're going to need weapons. So. Never have too many weapons. So I went Jalen Noel. He had a great camp, combine also. Then I went offensive line. we definitely need help on the offensive line, and like some young guys. Tate Ratledge from Georgia, my guard. Went with Jalen Rivers next in the 4th round. Tackle from Miami. Marcus Jones. Now he's a running back. I got PFF gave me a score of D, but this is one of these guys went to a small school, Delaware. But what I like about him is that he has great pass catching skills, which I believe our team is going to need a running back with good pass catching skills. And I think he will be that guy to come in for Tyrone Tracy, maybe on 3rd down. You definitely need another back, I felt. And a kicker, we need kicking. There's no way we can't go into the new season without a kicker. So I went and drafted in the 7th round. I went and got Ryan Fitzgerald, a kicker from Florida State. And ended up with a D lineman, Cameron Jackson from Florida, rounded out my mock draft. So check it out. Let me know what you think about my mock draft here. Again, I really believe Cam Ward, that was definitely a big pick. Thank you, PFF, for having him available. And it's a possibility we could get Cam Ward. Nick Emori, I'm telling you, he's going to be a beast. Jalen Noel, wide receiver. So, hey, let me know what you think in the comments. Put down in the comments what you think about my mock draft. It's your man Mayzo from Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. We always ask you to like and share and subscribe to our channel, and we appreciate you all with all your comments and your support. So that's me and Clay from Brooklyn. Again, I got to give a shout out to my man Clay from Brooklyn. So, hey, as always in parting, no matter if it's the regular season or it's the off season, it doesn't matter, because whenever it is, it's all about Big Blue, baby. Until next time, y'all. Peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.